Hello creation, I hope you're well. I've just written this. It's called Embalmed with Love to Dissolve Wrath. The people, they were searching for the one to free their bonds, releasing cries up to the skies for help to come along. The call relayed through stargates by gatekeepers most renowned, spread far and wide beyond all time, that reached the highest crown. The physical form would so be sent to learn, then on to teach, but not as those in days of old, with lies for all to reach. By example, how lived a life from pitfall, then to raise, yet not for selfish ungodly gain, was one sent to preach for praise. Many culminations of lives lived blending to one, a humbled reconciliator now prepared and set to stone, for each to wake and realise, with truth no more encumbered, 'twas intervening divine source that woke them from their slumber. 50 of your earthly years was all that it did take, computer introduction that would see the new form wake, linking all across the earth to access each one's mind, a barrage of information that could leave self so hard to find, yet doors that opened up to rooms to explore without restriction could lead one down the rabbit hole beyond one's jurisdiction. So on to discernment and the choice of one's free will. By choice was gifted freedoms that would see one foot the bill. On this hallowed journey, you all have taken up the pledge to explore deepest density, the soul pit we had to dredge, sinking to a much lower state than your actual loving being, to experience the shackles through human form by both failing and achieving. The age for all to suffer is ending at this time. Beyond the deconstruction, we shall walk with most divine. Internal reconstructions pave the way, then light the path to enlightened soul emergence, embalmed with love to dissolve wrath. With bated breath, we sit in awe as the most holiest of transitions we capture. By the raising of our consciousness, we become the rapture. Could be termed biblical, that couldn't it, really? But anyway, it could be, or it could be termed a load of bollocks, depending on your point of view. So, what to make of it? Well, there are those upon this earth, this moment in time, who are teachers. They've lived the lives they have lived and learnt the lessons they have learnt, and experienced and endured and persevered, whatever, to become those who would lead by example. Let's just say that, who would lead by example, and how can you, if you've not lived, there's many who don't practice what they preach, and I've been guilty of that. Not that I'm preaching, I'm just channeling stuff and writing it through and reading it out to you. I've got my opinion on stuff, I mean, there's some that I write that, you know, that I've written in the past that, you know, I've written and I've thought, maybe that's, you know, that's not I don't know, I suppose as well it depends on your energy and your vibration. So some of that stuff that I'll have written in those past days, I've obviously been of a lower vibration. So when you tap in to the divine and you channel through to consciousness, the universal consciousness, whatever you want to call it, and when you tap into that and open up as a channel and you channel through those writings, if you're vibing good, you know, then that's what flows through, because you're attracted, you're tapping into, you know. So if you're of a low vibrational frequency and you're tapping in, if you're not in a good place, if you know, then you're gonna write what's relevant to how you're vibing, isn't it? It has to be, you know. If you're in it's same with songwriting, anything like that, you know. If you're in a low mood and, you know, you're down and you've just gone through some whatever you've gone through in your life, you know, and it's lowered your vibration, you can pick up a pen and you can write a sad song, you know, or you can write from where you're actually vibrationally. It's a vibrational match, in essence. And when you're bouncing and you're up there, then you can channel through. You tap in and you channel through from a different frequency, and that's it. So where am I now that I've just written that? Well, I'm in a bit of I've been doing a little bit of transmutation last night. Yeah, there's a realisation that I need a detoxification. So that's what I've commenced with this morning. You know, just liquids, that'll do us. Until the great divine tells me otherwise. But yeah, so that particular, so my vibration is, I'm in the middle of transmuting some energy. I say in the middle, I mean, it's what I do. Sometimes energies come in and you transmute them and alchemize them, and, you know, and that's it. You do your job for all of you, so that all of you can live a better life, you know. Because if they want the likes of the alchemist amongst you who takes on board that and then transmutes it, you know, they'd be dropping on your doorstep. You're part of the conscious collective, aren't you? The collective consciousness. So every bit of work what we do is, I've said this before in some others, you know, you want the world to be a better place, sort your shit out, and then because you affect it. You know, it's true. Every bit that we transmute from low vibe to high vibe makes room for more high vibe to come in. You know, it really does. We're adding that higher vibration to the collective, and in essence we're just doing his jobs, aren't we? But with regards to, just quickly, because I'm running out of time, with regards to that writing and anything that channels through, it depends, I believe, on where we are at that moment in time with our own personal vibration. So if you're wanting to write, you know, I don't know, if you're wanting to write well, I mean, you just see what flows through, don't you? But that's at any given moment, you know. It depends on where you're at. So you never know what you're going to get, and that's the beauty of channeling as well. I love that. Never know what we're going to get. Anyway, run out of time. That's it for today. Take care.